So do you feel going down in the rankings because you switched to Fox is a temporary thing? Like once you get better, you'll go back up again?
Oh, next tag. That's crazy.
Okay. Not bad. Should've got that.
I was worried a little bit.
I know you went silent on the questioning.
Yeah. Anytime like I get up there with my puff, like my whole life just flashes before my eyes. Like, I get PTSD to all these moments in tournament where I just. But yeah.
So, as you're aware, I'm on a journey to get better at Smash in the most unique way possible, by playing against and having some fun with every top 100 player I can. So here's my challenge for you today. We play 5 games, I'll interview you during the games, 1 question each, and at the end of each game you're going to give me some advice on what my main mistakes were that game, so hopefully I can improve. If at any point during the games I take a stock, I get to pick your character for the next game. Sound good?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Alright, let's go. I'll let you pick stage for the first map.
How about we start with Battlefield?
Alright, sure.
The best of each.
Alright, so I always ask this question first. It's just sort of a tradition here. What got you into Melee as a game, and what got you into it competitively?
Well, as a game itself, like I played as a little kid.
Uh-huh.
I had a GameCube growing up, and I would play with like my sisters or like people from my soccer team or friends from school. I got back into it in 2015 after watching Apex 2015 actually on Twitch.
Okay. And competitively, how does that come about?
Yeah, well, I got into competitive right away because I watched that tournament and it was just like so hyped to me. I was like so exciting. I really wanted to be like a part of it, I guess.
And how long did it take you to go from like, hey, I can beat my friends on my soccer team to like, hey, I can compete in a tournament?
Well, I played with friends from my soccer team like when I was little, you know, like back in like 2005 or whatever. And then when I got back into it like 10 years later, I just started out playing Smash Ladder. So like, I kind of like was already in the middle of this, like, I was into like competing. I kind of had an idea of, well, I thought I had an idea of where I was. I went to a tournament like a month after buying a controller and like an adapter and all that.
How'd you do?
And I think I went out too.
Alright, fair enough. I've played like 4 tournaments now, and I'm like 0-10 in games overall, so I get it. It ain't easy.
Yeah, man, it's tough. But yeah, then I just went back to the grind, and like I think I kept grinding on Smash Ladder for like
that doesn't count. Doesn't count. USD.
Like 6 or 7 months before I went to another tournament.
Oh, you actually spent a lot of time grinding after your first to wait for your second?
Yeah.
I see. Makes sense. Alright, well that's game 1. What would you say was my biggest mistake in that game?
It seemed like you weren't really like, you weren't threatening enough. Like you weren't putting out hitboxes when you could be. You're kind of just jumping, and you didn't really have an idea of any of my movement patterns or like where I was vulnerable. You also pounded me once, and I don't think I DI'd it properly. I think you could have confirmed it into a rest.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm still learning that.
That's triggered me. I'm glad you didn't.
Alright. So, I'll do FD this game. So you've gone by a couple names now, and you've settled on htwa for now, and I think I personally relate to this because I've chosen quite a few names to go through in my career. I'm at Zachary now, which is my actual name, but I've gone by like iFafner and a bunch of other crap. And when I did it, it was always because I was concerned, like I wanted to have a certain image and was concerned about how people would visualize my content and think about it based on the name. And I was wondering if you had sort of like a similar experience with your name changes.
I think for me, it was more like a personal, like I just really wasn't like vibing with the tag, you know? Like, my first tag was I love Crispix, and I like that because Crispix are like, was like always my favorite cereal. but like, I wanted to like turn Melee into a career, you know? And so it felt weird having like a brand name of a product in my tag.
Right, and you went to another name after that, right?
Yeah, I wanted like a concrete identity, you know? Oh my god, I can't let this. I didn't warm up for this.
I think you went to Beyblade, right?
Yeah, Beyblade.
How long was that for?
Kind of cringe. I don't normally talk about that.
And to be clear, it was Bay spelled B-A-E.
Yeah.
So you settled on htwa. Where did that come from?
I just wanted like just like a unique identity, like, and I wanted it to be 2 syllables because I think 2-syllable tags are the best.
Okay.
And I wanted it to be just be like original, but like make sense for me, you know. And
All
like,
right.
before I went to htwa, it was ht, which is just my initials, so it's kind of like an easy extension of that. I added the wa because well, some like this kid named Lil Pastry would always call me that, and I thought it sounded cool. It sounded like kind of French, and
Yeah, twa. 3.
yeah, it was a lot better than like a plain like initial tag, you know.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So what did I do wrong mainly that game?
You just need to like spam back here. It's like too good of a move. I don't know.
Okay.
Just use your jump, and like the strength Jigglypuff has is like obviously up for rest. Like,
Right.
I mean, you could just like hold shield and spam shield grab, and I'll probably like do unsafe aerial because I kind of do that sometimes. And then you can just up the rest me. But other than that, like if you just abuse your drift and the what is it called, the disjoint of back air, then like yeah, Puff can be like very very safe and like find hits in neutral that way.
Okay. All
Makes
right.
it so that Fox has to commit really hard to like get a hit.
I'll give you your stage choice.
Oh, cool. Go to Yoshi's.
All right. So not to bring up a sore spot, but you actually moved down the top 100 quite a bit. I believe you were in the 80s last year, actually maybe even the low 80s last year. Now you're at 94. So do you think this was due to you playing worse, your opponents playing better, or some other factor?
I think the main factor was that I switched to Fox this year.
Right, you used to be a
a
Sheik main. Right.
Yeah, in 2018 I played all Sheik, and like all the way before that I played all Sheik. But in 2019, about halfway through, I stopped entering Sheik in tournaments.
So if you were succeeding
No.
with Sheik, why switch to Fox?
Fox is better and cooler, and Fox kind of just like embodies like what Melee is, in my opinion.
Okay. So do you feel going down in the rankings because you switched to Fox is a temporary thing? Like once you get better, you'll go back up again?
Oh, nice tag. That's crazy.
Okay. Not bad. Should've got that.
I was worried a little bit.
I know you went silent on the questioning.
Anytime like I get up there with my Puff, like my whole life just flashes before my eyes. I get PTSD to all these moments in tournament where I just. But yeah, no. What were we talking about, Fox?
I was just saying,
Fox
do you think it's temporary that you've gone down in the rankings a little bit, and once you get better with Fox, you'll go up again?
Yeah, I do think so.
Do you feel like you're already at that point? Because obviously PGR was 2019 based. It's been a couple months.
Yeah, I think like the whole COVID-19 thing, like I've actually improved so much recently.
From net play?
Yeah, like I've been grinding more than I was before all of this. Because I can't leave my house, and I started streaming too because I don't know, just to like get more. I don't know, it's fun. It's like it's an easy way to like distract myself from just like being alone in an apartment for like a whole month.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I've been grinding a lot of Melee on my stream, and I think I've gotten better. Like I feel pretty like excited for when tournaments come back around. I think I can like surprise some people, hopefully.
Awesome. I look forward to it. All right, so I'm gonna go Dreamland. Got to do it one map.
All right.
So you apparently have somewhat of a reputation for being toxic / raging on Twitter, complaining about things. And do you think that's people misinterpreting like your actions or the way you say things? Do you think that your complaints are completely legitimate, or do you think that it's a genuine criticism of yours and something you'd have to work on?
I think like my complaints and like the stuff I say is pretty valid. Like I don't like say it for no reason usually if I'm being toxic.
Right.
It's because like there's just some like shitty stuff about Melee. Like it's not a perfect game, and like especially net play, it's not a perfect experience.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one of the tweets I was reading that you put out was how a Falco would side B you every time there was a lag spike. And people were
Yeah.
upset about that as far as like you complaining, and I was like, I mean, that's I should have gotten
Right,
that.
yeah.
To me, that seemed completely legitimate. I mean, that's insanely frustrating.
Yeah, and then like it's just like certain people, you know, but like they like they are like really self-righteous and they think like, you know, I don't know, they're just like kind of full of themselves and like people just like to stir up drama, I guess. I don't know. I personally don't like. I'm just trying to grind, and like occasionally I'll get like frustrated with like something that happens in game and like I'll tweet about it. But
So when you tweet, is it like an out for you to let it out, or are you looking for people to see it?
I think it helps. It's like therapeutic for me, honestly. Like it definitely. I think just like venting your frustrations and your emotions in general, it's like way better than bottling it up.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
just say it and you get it out of your system, and then you're chilling. Like maybe not chilling, but like you're like
Holy
you feel
shit, I
better
haven't died.
a little bit.
It's got to be right now, right? Oh no. I can't believe I'm still alive. Jesus. Oh, not the Firefox.
Tough dies early, by the way.
I know. But not on Dreamland, luckily.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're last game, which means I don't get to pick your character at any point, because I haven't taken a legitimate stock.
You can pick my character if you want. I think it'd be fun. I'd be down to play another character.
Alright, do DK.
DK.
That's what I want to see.
I've never played DK. I'm down.
Awesome. Perfect. That'll do fine. You get the stage pick then.
Alright, I'm gonna go Yoshi's.
Alright. So I know you mentioned on Twitter and you've played Fortnite on stream. You're actually playing yesterday. I watched your stream for a little bit. And you're pretty high ranked in the game. Yeah, I remember I saw champion something. I don't exactly know how the Fortnite ranks work. And a lot of people I've seen on Twitter, and one you even retweeted, was people who vie for the technical skill involved in Fortnite, which is obviously a big part of Melee as well. So which game do you think is more technically involved?
I just want to say I have no idea what I'm doing here, first of all.
Aw.
But to answer your question, I think like on average, the average competitive Fortnite player is more technical than the average Melee player.
Wow. I hit the cloud.
Why am I down throw? This is like my inner like Sheik vein coming out. I'm just like instinctively down throw.
I didn't text, so I had to have hit the cloud.
But yeah, Fortnite's like it's like a really good game. It's like it's sad that the devs make some pretty questionable decisions sometimes for like the competitive integrity of the game. I guess they'll add stuff that like appeals more to casual players and force the competitive scene to like play through it.
So as an esport, then, do you feel Melee is superior?
Yeah, I would say so. But like I do think it's overstated how like technical Melee is. Like unless you're playing like a spacey, you're probably not like doing that much technical things.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing shit right now.
Maybe Falcon as well, but like the average Melee player, you know, isn't like hitting crazy ledge dashes or like doing grounded wave shines out of shield or anything.
True. And what mechanics are there in Fortnite that are like technically very difficult?
Building and editing just in general, it's like there's such a high skill ceiling for that. Like, it's crazy. It's like you can be so good at do things so quickly, or not quickly if you're bad. Like
that should not hit you.
That
should not have hit you. Yeah, my roommate actually at college plays Fortnite, and it's definitely a memed on game, but it is something to appreciate, like how quickly he can build these entire structures, because when I try and play the game, I can't put anything together. Just insanely slow, and he'll be towering into the sky at Mach speed.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game, I think.
You were, I think you were like Champ Division 8, I think is what I remember seeing on stream. How high up in the rankings actually is that?
I don't think it's that impressive. I think a lot of people probably have that. It's just, you know, it's like probably the Smash equivalent of hitting like maybe Masters on Smash Ladder or something.
I mean, listen, man, I can't even beat a bronze 3, so that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, all that matters in the Fortnite scene is like your earnings, like how much money you've like accomplished, like you've gained through tournaments and your tournament placings. And
Right.
like, I don't really have any of that, so definitely like still a ways to go for me in Fortnite.
You're planning on doing that though, competing?
I was at like the beginning of this year, but recently I've been pretty into Melee. I'm focused on grinding that. I just been enjoying Melee and grinding Fox a lot lately.
All right, so that was game 5. So what is your final piece of advice for me?
Final piece of advice. Can I give you a meme answer or like?
Yeah, sure.
I think you should switch to Fox. You should switch characters.
I've only gone into Jigglypuff because she's who I've played in Ultimate, and then once I got into Melee, it just was a more seamless transition.
I see. Well, Jigglypuff players, they get a lot of hate.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
me, and I don't know. I guess I can't tell you who to play, but yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna play Puff, like just back air more and like use your aerial drift, take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I definitely should have had a couple rests that I did not.
Yeah.
All right.
Confirmed.
Well, that'll be all. Thank you for joining me. Can you plug what you got going on? Twitter, Twitch, whatever you want anyone watching to hear about?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. My Twitter is htwa_, and my Twitch is htwa.
All right, both will be in the description.
TTV htwa. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for playing.